Good morning, Simon. We are officially a teenager. Tell us about your motivations for setting up the company in 2002.
2002, I left basketball as CEO after 4.5 years there and wanted to provide a sports development agency supporting people and organisations better than the other organisations that have been in the sector. So I started off doing governance work around the assurance statements. They're still going now. Equality work, which is more around the race equality standards then, and then trying to work into clubs, but did quite a bit of embedded services at the time and sort of evolved into a number of projects, but started to build the company slowly, and we started working in the Black Country, particularly in Sandwell, around addressing holiday activities, but identified immediately that there was a need for coaches and there was an underrepresentation of coaches in that area. So we started a program looking at developing coaches, and that was about 14 years ago. And then about 13 years ago, this happy smiley person walked through the door called Catherine Robinson. So you walked through the door there 13 and a half years ago. What was it like, and how did you develop it?
You're making me feel old a bit there, but yes, it was 13 years ago, and it was a great project to be involved in. Ultimately, it was using sport and coaching as a vehicle to get people into employment or to improve their skills. And we were fortunate to win Coach Intervention of the Year in 2008 at the UK Coaching Awards. And from there, really it evolved. There wasn't a lot of coaching courses being offered, and there were a lot of people waiting in the system. And therefore we decided to expand our education provision from a regional provision to obviously a national offer, and we've been fortunate to work with some brilliant partners over the last few years, archery, basketball, handball, to name a few, and luckily enough we've also developed an apprenticeship provision, and it's been great to recognise that funded training is not just for those 16 to 24. It can benefit existing staff, and especially over the last year, we've had some successes in terms of delivery of management and leadership and digital marketing to support the wider sport and physical activity sector. So that's really how it's evolved.
I mean, you've done a great job with that, and so shown some great leadership. And I think what's really pleasing about the whole of the 18 years, it started off just doing little bits of work actually with what's now Sport Leaders UK, which is British Sport Trust. Back then, that was my first job. But what's great is the fantastic partners and sort of clients that we've had over the years, and they've kept coming back, which is great. I mean, Sport England we're still working with now, and I think what's pleasing is that we've flexibly changed but still kept our principles. So still we're developing people and organisations, which is really good, and some high quality work. And now, so 22 people on the staff, it's great. And we've seen some fantastic people go on to other things, into governing bodies, running their own businesses and taking up some great jobs. But what's also pleased me, particularly through COVID, is how quickly we moved to go online and produce some online stuff. And now that's going really well. And it's great to have a project like Club Matters and the workshops there. That just consolidates really everything that we want to do, supporting individuals in clubs, supporting organisations, and also using our training and expertise. So really pleased with that. But I think the other bit that's strong as well is that people come to us because of our expertise, and that that's pleasing, and that's probably because we've got some great people that work with us, Kath. I think how do you see the sort of future now?
I think it's going to be interesting. Obviously, we're in a period of transition at the moment, but what I'd like to do is using our values and recognising other people's expertise in the sector is look at more opportunities for partnership working, and I think that came out really strong in the Sport England strategy, and hopefully we can continue in that vein and keep that momentum going, and also developing people and looking at opportunities to make sure that we can be flexible. And I think, as you've said, along with our values, we try and source solutions. So where there are problems, how can we, create flexibility without undermining quality to make sure people can be the best that they can be. So I think that the future is really positive. And, I think we're quite fortunate, there's not a lot of organisations that, through this period of time, they've obviously found that quite difficult. we've also found it difficult, but hopefully, you know, we'll come out of it strong. And as you said, we've got some great partners that we're working with, and hopefully that will become fruitful over the next few years.
I think so. I am really looking forward to the 21st in 3 years' time. That'd be great.
Happy
Thanks,
days.
Garth.
Thanks, Simon.